Hello and welcome. This is Business Now, reaching you live from iBrandTV News Studio in Lagos. Coming up now, stakeholders seek postponement of e-invoicing scheduled to commence in February. The Federal Inland Revenue Service to determine the tax ranges before companies file returns. Elon Musk Tesla loses $109 billion in single day amid weak outlook for 2022. UK Prime Minister says EU laws overhaul will boost growth and investment. Glad to have you join us now on Business Now. I am Perpetua Fasami Peter. Now the news in detail. The Federal Inland Revenue Service, FIRS, has launched a new assessment regime to determine the tax ranges of companies before the file returns. The agency has been authorized to plug into the big companies' databases to assess performance. The tech-driven on-site assessment involves the attachment of FIRS software to the company's databases. This allows FIRS to ascertain the right value of taxes to collect from such institutions before tax filings. Section 25 of the Federal Inland Revenue Service Establishment Act, as amended under the Finance Act 2021, gives powers to the service to deploy proprietary or third-party technology for tax administration. This includes tax assessment and information gathering from taxpayers. The International Monetary Fund (IMF) has advised the federal government not to use the $3.4 billion special drawing rights SDRs allocated to the country for unsustainable policies. The Global Monetary Fund told the nation that there are no conditionalities attached to the $3.4 billion SDRs Nigeria accessed from the fund. Since Nigeria drew down the facility in August 2021, the IMF has been insisting that the federal government should withdraw subsidy on fuel, further devalue the currency, and that electricity tariffs should be market determined, among other demands. IMF also advised Nigerian government to adopt a transparent accounting of the use of allocated SDRs and not use it to support unsustainable policies. The Nigerian Association of Chambers of Commerce and Industry, Mines and Agriculture, NACIMA, has called for the postponement of the implementation of e-invoicing that was scheduled to commence on February 1 by the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN. The national president of NACIMA, John Udagbala, called for its postponement on Monday while addressing a press briefing in Lagos. He acknowledged that effective implementation of the e-invoicing would encourage Nigerian businessmen to play by the rule. Udagbala noted the transition challenges will lead to chaos with immediate implementation. He also observed with dismay the unabating bottlenecks at the country's seaports, which have been hindering Nigeria's quest to be a maritime hub in West Africa. The association also asked the CBN to make the operation of these policies cost-friendly. The Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA, has announced that the agency has gotten approval from the federal government that would enable indigenous stakeholders to import brand new vessels at zero import duty. This is as the agency contributed a sum of 37.69 billion naira to the Consolidated Revenue Fund (CRF) in 2021 and pledged to reduce the amount spent on regional office buildings across the country. Speaking to journalists in Lagos, the Director General of NIMASA, Dr. Bashir Jamo, noted that the 37.69 billion naira contribution was higher than 31.83 billion naira contributed by the agency in 2020. On the duty waiver, he said, and I quote, "If you are importing a brand new vessel, you will end up paying zero duty. 1 year to 2 years has a paying marginal between 1 to 2%, and we continue to graduate it up to maximum of 5% against what we are been receiving." End of quote. The federal government has projected that about 120 billion naira would be saved from cleaning the human resource data on the Integrated Payroll and Personnel Information System (IPPIS) as occurs when the Federal Civil Service Strategy and Implementation Plan 2021 to 2025 is transformed to a world-class service. Head of Service of the Civil Service of the Federation, Dr. Folashade Yemi Eson, delivered the expectation at the opening ceremony of the 43rd meeting of the National Council on Establishments (NCE) in Abuja. She said the benefits will come from the implementation of the 6 priority aspects of the new plan. She added that the overall transparency and the administration of human resources will be improved, as the federal government is also expected to save about 4.5 billion naira yearly from digitizing content in all MDAs, as well as improve content sharing. Nigerian equities were at the weekend the main contrarians in the generally negative global stock market, with most deals at the Nigerian stock market closing at premium. Average return at the Nigerian equities market closed weekend at 0.54%, equivalent to net capital gains of 137 billion naira. The continuing rally pushed upward the average year-to-date return to 8.17%. The all-share index, ESI, the value-based common index that tracks all share prices at the Nigerian exchange, NGX, rose from the week's opening index of 45,957.35 points to close weekend at 46,205.05 points. Aggregate market value of all quoted equities at the NGX closed weekend at 24.898 trillion naira, as against the week's opening value of 24.761 trillion naira. And moving on, the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, disbursed 75.9 billion naira loan to farmers between November and December 2021 under the Anchor Borrowers Program, ABP. The fund was to support the cultivation of over 383,000 hectares of maize, rice and wheat during the 2022 dry season, bringing the cumulative disbursement under the program to 927.94 billion naira to over 4.5 million smallholder farmers cultivating 21 commodities across the country. In a CBN report, the Apex Bank said all excess output aggregated from the financed farmers will be released to the Nigeria Commodity Exchange, NCX, to help moderate the prices of food in the market. The bank also released 1.76 billion naira to finance 2 large-scale agricultural projects under the Commercial Agricultural Credit Scheme, CACS. You're watching Business Now. We're going to have a very quick time out now, and when we return, we'll have more stories for you. Stay with us.
Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, professional dry cleaners, best in dry cleaning and laundry services, and meets the needs of our consumers. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, yeah. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, yeah, for clean wash and quick delivery. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, for clean wash and quick delivery.
Swift Dry Cleaners, clean wash, quick delivery.
Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, professional dry cleaners, best in dry cleaning and laundry services, and meets the needs of our consumers. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, yeah. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, yeah, for clean wash and quick delivery. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, for clean wash and quick delivery.
Swift Dry Cleaners, clean wash, quick delivery.
Welcome back. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited says it spent 100 billion naira on Refinery's rehabilitation in 2021, and that funds were pumped into revamping the facilities on a monthly basis last year. It disclosed this in a report on the funding performance of the oil firm from January to December 2021. Although no refinery was mentioned in the report, Nigeria's refineries had been under the management of NNPC, as the rehabilitation of one of the facilities, Port Harcourt Refining Company, had been ongoing. The other refineries under the NNPC's management include the Kaduna Refining and Petrochemical Company, as well as the Warri Refining and Petrochemical Company. The financial services industry dominated in volume terms at the end of last week's transactions on the equity sector of Nigeria's capital market. The industry led the activity chart with 793.120 million shares valued at 8.1 billion naira traded in 10,947 deals, thus contributing 54.77% to the total equity turnover. Following the financial sector last week was the ICT industry with 215,543 million shares, worth 3.7 billion naira in 1,468 deals. The conglomerate industry ranked third with a turnover of 98.299 million shares, worth 190.2 million in 889 deals. And still to come, Asian shares swing higher as Wall Street futures stabilize.
Most people don't understand the magic of a perfect skin, the allure of a well-pampered skin. We bounce from skincare products to skincare products, from spa to spa. Looking for that ideal solution. I found the solution. And it's Blemiviv Skincare and Spa. My name is Neil, and I'm proud to be a part of the Blemiviv family.
Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, professional dry cleaners, best in dry cleaning and laundry services, that meets the needs of our consumers. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, yeah, for clean wash and quick delivery, yeah. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, for clean wash and quick delivery.
Swift Dry Cleaners. Clean wash, quick delivery.
Oh boy, winning you was so easy.
I just couldn't stand those your powerful shots. That's what happened.
Really? Let's go to my place for dinner.
This fufu fufu is so nice.
It's true unripe plantain flour.
True unripe plantain flour is delicious.
Yes, true unripe plantain flour is what I serve my husband for swallows. It's easy to prepare, fortified with vitamin A, low in sugar and cholesterol, rich in fiber that helps the heart, builds and strengthens the bone, and his energy level is boosted.
Through unripe plantain flour, no additives, 100% natural, a product of Pali Agro Products Nigeria. Through unripe plantain flour, available in all leading stores nationwide.
And now Africa news. Bantu Blockchain Foundation has expanded its footprint in blockchain technology to Ghana. Considering the rate of adoption of blockchain growing, the foundation noted Africa can benefit from the use of blockchain technology to facilitate cross-border transactions, which will help reduce the high cost of remittances, enable access to financial services, ensure privacy, create jobs, unlock liquid from illiquid assets, improve the business environment, and foster healthy competition. The founder and chief executive officer of Bantu Blockchain Foundation, Mr. Ernest Mbenkum, at the launch of its first branch influencers at the Bantu Expansion Program in Lagos, said the overall aim of the initiative is to pilot Africa's economic evolution and establish its presence across Africa. Boris Johnson has vowed that a plan to overhaul EU laws copied over after Brexit will encourage business to invest in the UK. The Prime Minister said, and I quote, "A Brexit Freedoms Bill will make it easier to change thousands of EU-era regulations that remain in force." He said it would allow the UK to set growth-friendly rules for cutting-edge technologies of the future. But the plan has been criticized by the devolved administrations. Since Brexit, the UK has moved away from EU laws in certain areas, including on immigration, payments to farmers, and gene editing rules for crops. But the Prime Minister has been under increasing pressure in recent months from MPs on the right of his party to go further. Asian shares swung higher on Monday as Wall Street futures stabilized, though tests loom ahead as UK interest rates are expected to rise this week and surging oil prices add to worries over inflation. Data out on Sunday showed China's factor activity slowed in January as a resurgence of COVID-19 cases and tough lockdowns hit production and demand. The standoff over Ukraine remains a thorn in the market side, with concerns a Russian invasion would also cut vital grain supplies to Western Europe. Lunar New Year holidays made for thin conditions, and MSCI's broadcast index of Asia-Pacific shares outside Japan. Japan's Nikkei bounced 1.3% from a 14-month true local data on industrial output and retail sales on the short forecasts. And coming up now is sports business.
On Sports Business at this hour, Genius Sports used its first virtual investor day to reveal an updated financial outlook for the next 2 years, projecting that the data and technology firm's revenue will hit $440 million by 2023. Perhaps more significantly, Genius is projecting that it will make $15 million in earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation and amortization this year, before seeing that rise to between $40 million and $50 million for 2023. Although the company has not yet disclosed its results for the fourth quarter of 2021, Genius's previous revenue projection was $262 million, and the company says that that will grow to $340 million for 2022. And still talking sports business at this hour, Spanish football giants Real Madrid have added an augmented reality viewing option to their in-house streaming service. The team-up between US media company Cindim and AR innovator Nreal will aim to offer Real Madrid TV viewers an immersive viewing experience via a virtual high-definition screen of up to 220 inches provided by Nreal's AR glasses. To assess the experience, users must connect the glasses to their Android smartphone, which they can use as a controller. Real Madrid TV regularly airs full match highlights, from the first team's La Liga, UEFA Champions League and domestic cup fixtures. The channel also provides classic match programming and exclusive club insights as well as breaking news. According to Research and Markets, the global AR sector is expected to be worth $77 billion and grow at over 38% annually through 2025. And that's it on Sports Business. I'm Samson Olede.
Thank you, Samson Oloyede. We're now joined by Michelle Abanam for Entertainment Business.
Hello, this is Entertainment Business. I am Michelle Abanam. New York-based record label 300 Entertainment has launched its own content and film division called 300 Studios. The launch follows last month's news that 300 Entertainment was sold to Warner Music Group for a confirmed $400 million following reports about the potential sale in WMG in October. 300 Studios is headed by Kevin Liles, chairman and CEO of 300 Entertainment, an electro music group, with former Viacom executives Kelly G. Griffin as head of creative strategy and Nolan Baines as general manager. 300 Studios plan to develop multi-format feature and episodic content through a cultural point of view, says the company. Additionally, 300 Studios, it says, has over 20 projects in production consisting of indie movies, music lifestyle series, episodic content, and podcast initiatives. Moving on, Canadian singer-songwriter Johnny Mitchell has announced that she will remove her music from Spotify, following the lead of Neil Young in protesting the popular streaming service giving voice to misinformation about COVID-19 vaccines. Michelle acted in the aftermath of Wednesday's announcement by Young and Spotify that the platform would remove his music following the singer-songwriter's objection to his songs playing on the same service that offers a podcast by prominent vaccine skeptic Joe Rogan. Young earlier in the week posted a letter on his website addressed to his manager and his record label demanding that Spotify no longer carries his music rights in, that they can have Rogan or Young but not both. The letter was later deleted from the site. Rogan has questioned the need for these COVID-19 vaccines on his show and said he used ivermectin, an anti-parasite drug that has no proven benefit against COVID-19. And that's it on Entertainment Business. I am Michelle Abanu.
It's a wrap on Business Now. Thanks for watching. I am Perpetua Fasomi Peter. Do enjoy the rest of the day. Bye for now.